Good morning, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Monday morning, January 23rd. We are looking at Window Traders market profile of the ES and SPY. Hope everybody had a very nice weekend. Well, the buyers are not stopping what they did on Friday. Look at this entire overnight in the ES and now beginning in the SPY. As right where we settled, they have literally pounded in a tremendous amount of volume. They've spent the whole night here. Our overnight, we have a 25 wide overnight point of control at 85.25. Remember, this market spiked up, right? Change took place above E's high, right? Well, the initial change took place in C period. Remember, we went trend then. Then when we finally took out Thursday's high, right? We exploded in the afternoon after going 6 wide to get the triple distribution day, all these sets of single prints. Well, right now, the market is tremendously long, okay? They really haven't given anything back. So they're right at the top of Friday's range. Triple Qs, same thing. They're trading right above Friday's range. As far as the Russell goes, same thing. So the buyers are continuing their assault here. We're going to see if we stay above. Again, we got to the 200-day moving average. Then we backed. We closed right around it on Friday. So the lower highs that we experienced all last year, that's the next target. We'll look at those when we get to the charts. As far as a game plan for this morning, any opening right above the, well, we probed in L, but again, any opening in here is positive for the bulls, right? Remember we said value couldn't be brought up because it kept getting stretched. Now, it didn't mean much on Friday. I said it would mean a lot more today. So why is it important today? Because right now, unless they really totally collapse in the next 90 minutes, we're going to open with higher value, which right off the bat will give the buyers an advantage again to start the week. So, game plan. Okay, well, we talk about this all the time. As far as we still had single prints, don't forget, from the 18th. We never finished those off up at 96.50, and also in SPY up at around 396.48, I believe it was. So you want to take back the rest of the trend day from the 18th. Well, the overnight high right now is at 95. Those single prints get filled at 96.50. So we know the history of the overnights. Now, again, there's a lot of time left. But if we are to open around regular trading hours between Friday's high and the overnight high, first time might be worth a short just to see if they front run it. Okay? On the flip side, in the next 90 minutes, if we open above and in the upper above and towards the other set of single prints, well, that's another thing we'll have to see if it's worth a long or a short inside those single prints the first time. Remember, the day of, like this day when we were pouring down on the 18th, any push-up was worth a short, right? But then in the following days, these single prints, even though there's something to lean on, eventually become targets for these heat-seeking algos. So at some point, they'll fill this single print. At another point, they'll fill these single prints. Okay, that's just something to keep in mind if we start getting momentum and tempo to the upside. They will take those all back. Okay, same with on Friday. On Friday, again, if you just looked for longs all afternoon above E's high, you couldn't have lost money. But eventually, if the market does come in, now they're not as much to lean on as they become targets for the next day or the next, whenever they get to them, those algos. Okay, so early play, maybe a short against Friday's high and the overnight high. Depends where it all is. Depends on if we go higher in the next 90 minutes. As far as longs now, you would think this should provide a speed bump at some point. So if we open above it and it comes in, you want to take a long against it, you could certainly do that and then use the overnight low as your out. If we in the next 90 minutes we open below this inside of these single prints, well, then if it was to push up, it should certainly be a speed bump and would be worth a short, definitely against that and Friday's high. Again, if you're in the trading room, you're getting all this up to the minute as it's evolving. Now, on the charts real quick, here's the monthly. We have 7 trading days to go in a month. We have an inside month. That would provide something pretty cool if we end up having an inside month. So right now the monthly to me is in balance. It's firmly a 3-month balance. Okay? The weekly has been up. Last week early, they tried to take out last week's low. Didn't work. So look where we're at. We're going to be starting right around this trend line. Again, we're close to it. So it's going to be interesting to see if we're ever going to get the 6 above it, or at least test it. So the weekly is up, and then on the daily came into balance on Friday. I'm encompassing this whole thing as a balance now. So if we take out today's high, Friday's high, to me it's still in balance unless I'm using January 17th as my balance high. Okay? That's my balance high. So we need to take that out for the daily to go up. To me, we need to take out January 10th low of 386.27 to come out of balance to the downside. That's how I'm looking at it. I'm going to encompass this whole thing as a balance. The 200-day moving average closed at 395.98. Right now, that's exactly where we're trading. Good luck trading today, and we'll recap at 4 p.m.